All right. Hey, people. Here I am. Okay. Let me just fix a couple things. Okay. All right. All right. Right. So far, uh, just want to say peace and blessings before we get started. Happy Friday to everybody that's watching on the replay and watching live. So, um, let me just go ahead and get a couple things going first of all. Okay, just bear with me. Just get a couple things going, and then I can get started with whatever needs to be said and or to be discussed at this particular moment. Okay, there we go. Okay. Yep, there we go. Right. So once again, happy Friday. Peace and blessings to everyone that's watching this live and as well as the replay. Um, I'm just gonna, you know, speak from the heart. I'm just gonna say whatever's on my mind. But at the same time, for those of you that are here live, if there's something that you would like to talk about, let's put it in the chat or, you know, whatever the flow is, we'll get it going. Um, Maybe later on, I'll send a link so that, y'all can come up on the panel and, we could definitely have a discussion. So that's what's happening at the moment. So while that's going on, I'm gonna have me some fries because I like to eat. That's all it is. You know what I'm saying? So there we go. Mm. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Mm. So I guess you can say we're gonna have uh, a mini mukbang, so to speak. All right. So just to let you know what's been going on. So obviously I'm somewhat in the same position, meaning I still live in a hostel. I still play, do music, still looking for other sources of income. Um, and yet I'm being hopeful with everything else in terms of the goals, in terms of things I'd like to see happen, um, just so that I can keep some sort of, lack of a better term, sanity in my head so that it doesn't make me feel like all is lost, even with everything that's going on. And, it might seem like I'm not getting ahead or I'm not, you know, um, it seems like I'm not moving forward. But, but interestingly enough, I feel as though I am moving, but the difference is I'm just moving in a very slow kind of way, right? And because it seems like nothing is happening, it's almost like the feeling of being stuck. And when you feel stuck, Trust me, it's no fun mentally, to feel like you're just running the same hamster wheel. And yet, while you're trying to get off the hamster wheel, it feels like nothing, or should I say, it feels as though you're not getting ahead, but you're not failing neither, if that makes any sense. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it sort of feels like at the moment. And in some ways, it's not the nicest feeling, but at the same time, it's a part of life where I just have to stay on course with what I know and what I believe that I know will happen. And for those of you who haven't watched my last video, go take a look at the last video where I kind of talk about why I failed leaving London. And the point of the video was to establish that my plan did fail. Yeah, it did. There's no denying it. But at the same time, I had to make adjustments. You know, there were certain things that I would have loved to have seen happen. However, I realized that I just have to do things differently to get a different outcome. That's all it is, you know? And so when you do things differently to get a different outcome, then maybe the result will be a lot better than you realize. So, speaking of results, for those of you that are in the building, just do me a favor, smash that like button. Just smash that like button, okay? And for you, those of you who would like to support the show, okay, please click the link at the top of the chat, or if you're watching the replay, click the link in the description so that you could buy me one coffee, you could buy me two, you could buy me as many coffees as you like, and these coffees will be appreciated. I will definitely give you a shout out. No, I won't say your full name, but I'll give you a shout out, and this will go towards my goal that I'm trying to reach. Um, Part of me would like to talk about it, but part of me doesn't want to talk about it. And the reason why, because I just feel like there are people out there, unfortunately, who, for lack of a better term, who are haters. That's all it is, right? It is what it is. And because of that, sometimes they'll take what you say and they will use it. And so it's sort of like saying, if you don't give much, then much can't be needed, not much can't be used. Excuse me, that type of thing. So I'd rather just get on with it, and you know, excuse me, when things unfold, then you will see the results. Then you will see how things have happened. That type of movement. Um, you know, that's where I'm at with it. So if anybody's in the building, don't be shy. Say what's up in the chat. You know, I'd appreciate it. Not a problem. Excuse me. But anyways, um, mm, but I will say this as something I will share. Um, I do intend on going back to Thailand. Now, as far as when that will happen, at the moment, I have an idea, but I don't want to speak on it just yet. Not yet. And the reason why I'm saying this is because I don't want to say something, and of course, life can happen, and then it doesn't happen, and then I'm back at square one to where it was before. I don't want to do that. No. So what I would rather want to do is just stay silent. And when it happens, then you'll see, then you'll know, that type of thing. Um, for me, I've come to a point where when it comes to certain things, sometimes it's just best to let go and start all over. You know, sometimes there's certain things that you can fight for and it's worth it because at least you're getting something back, or at least, you know, you could feel like the very thing you're fighting for is fighting for you, that type of thing. Now, if it's not fighting for you, then the fight is not yours. The fight is just simply not meant for you. The fight ultimately, um, it's just not something you should be fighting for. Sometimes you could have an idea, and it's great to have all of the belief and all of um, the hope and everything about what you're fighting for. It's great, yes, but again, if the very thing that you're fighting for or hoping for is not coming back at you, then that's a sign that you need to simply just stop what you're doing. Because why? It's not working. It's not for you. You know, um, and because it's not for you, you just got to be okay with the fact that whatever is either a better, or maybe you just need to do something different. Just accept the fact that that's the change that you need to do, and that's practically what I'm going through as we speak. And that's part of what I was saying in my last video. So speaking of that, when y'all get a chance, please go to my YouTube channel and go and check out that video. Okay. And definitely, as you watch the video, you know, leave a comment and smash the like button for me and all that good jazz. All right. But other than that, in that video, I explained the very thing that I'm talking about. That just because I've failed, it doesn't mean I'm a failure. No, no, no. Um, in my mind, this is the difference between a failure and having failed. Okay, a failure to me is where you've done everything, you get the same result because everything that you're doing is not working in your favor. A failed uh, result or a failed thing is, let's say you're trying to do something, but it's failing because you're doing it wrong. And so, because you're doing it wrong, you might have to find out, is there a better way? And if there's a better way, then you have to try that. And maybe the very thing that you need to try, that's how you're going to succeed. Or maybe it might take a few tries before you succeed. You see? So that to me is the difference between being a failure and having failed at something. That's my humble opinion on that. Okay, so just thought I'd express that to y'all. But anyways, as you can see right now, I'm wearing this coat and hat, and it's getting cold out here in London. It make no mistake, it's getting cold, and you know I'm not a fan of the cold. Hence why I really don't want to stay here. But in the meantime, while I'm here, I got to make the most of it. So no, hmm, I'm just having a bit of a mukbang, eating some fries. You want some? Mm-mm. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Oh, man. Mm, I tell you what, as much as I probably come here to McDonald's and done these live streams and things like that, you would think that at some point, maybe just a wild thought, McDonald's would sponsor me. Just a thought, okay? Just a thought. What do I know? Mm-hmm. I don't know. Mm-mm-mm. Oh my God. Mm. Well, that was nice. Yep, that was nice. So, for any of you who are in the building, don't be shy. Say hey, say what's up in the chat. Once again, if you'd like to show your support, click the link at the top, or you can click the links in the description and you can show your support. I'd gladly appreciate it. And, you know, it's definitely going to help me towards whatever things I may need and goals and things like that I'm trying to accomplish. So, although I will say this, right? I will say this. Um, I have yes, yes, I have thought of doing a fundraiser, right? So here's what I'm trying to find out. Okay, if I do a fundraiser, do you think y'all would show up for that fundraiser to try to help me to raise the money that I'm trying to get? So, for example, let's say I wanted to raise, let's say, £200, right? Would you show up for that? Let me know in the comments, or let me know, you know, either way, yes, you'd show up, no, you wouldn't show up, or no, you don't think it's a good idea, or yes, you think it's cool, and and you would support, and it's all for obviously a good cause and things like that. So y'all let me know. Y'all let me know. Um, I've been kind of toying with the idea. Although again, it's just a thought, but it's not something that I'm fully in on it. Um, although I did try to kind of, well, no, I I I kind of tried to do it at one time, and but I kind of did it indirectly rather than I did it directly. One of the last times I tried to raise money, right? and it was cool. It was cool. Yeah, I could say that. It was cool. But in the grand scheme of it, um, it's definitely one of those things that for me, I would have to consider certain things when doing these, shall we say, fundraisers. Um, Now, let me speak on the fundraisers, right? Because um, there's different thoughts about people who go live and do these fundraisers and things like that, right? So, the idea of people going out and doing these fundraisers live on streams and things like that, okay? There's no rule, there's nothing really that is stopping them from doing it. Now, I guess the question becomes, are you down with it or not down with it? But to their credit, if they're telling you, look, this is what I'm trying to do with the money, and and they're showing you what they're trying to do with the money, and you're donating to that, and yet you see all the salaciousness that they do and things like that. Well, you get what you pay for, right? But if you didn't donate and you see all the salaciousness, you know, in a way, you really have no dog in the fight. You understand what I'm saying? Because think about it. Like the whole point was, if people are paying for someone to accomplish a goal or to accomplish whatever it is that they're trying to accomplish, those are the people that get to have a voice or say so. So it's no different than if you voted for someone to be in office, or if you voted for someone to win something, your voice can be heard, can matters. Yes, your voice matters. But if you didn't vote, you're just an opinion. That's all it is. If you didn't donate, you're just an opinion. And that's all it is. You know, it can be taken or it could be left. But for the most part, you're just an opinion. So that's where I stand on that one, as far as people who, you know, do these fundraisers and things like that. Um, if someone wants to give money because, whatever the cause is or whatever the deal is that they feel, hey, it's worth it to them, who am I to tell anybody you shouldn't donate to that? You know, I mean, there are people who support certain content creators because of the content that they do, because they like that stuff, because it's entertaining or they get something out of it. That's why they give the money. But the rest who doesn't give the money, you're just an opinion. That's all it is. It's not bad, it's not good, it's just in the middle. You're just an opinion. So let me know what y'all think about what I just said. Like, do you feel as though content creators, or some content creators who do these fundraisers, do you feel like, you know this is something that shouldn't be, how can I put this for lack of a better term, it shouldn't be encouraged? Do you feel like with some of these content creators that do it, it should be encouraged? Or are you kind of in the middle where you just feel like, look, whoever wants to do it, hey, you know that's on you, um because maybe your thought is, look, if it don't affect me, then why should I give a shit? You know what I'm saying? Which I think that's the better attitude to think. But that's just me. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Lisa is in the building. Hi, how are you? Peace and blessings to you, Lisa. So, by the way, speaking of Lisa, okay, Lisa does stocks and things like that. So I highly recommend y'all go check out Lisa Stocks channel. She gives really solid points and advice. Um, but let me just say this: Lisa is not giving financial advice. She's just simply saying, "Here's what I think." Although some things she will say, okay, this is what's happening and blah 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 blah, which is great. Okay. But for the most part, um, yeah, I watch her channel and I can appreciate, where she first started and she's growing her portfolio and she's doing a very, very, very good job as far as I'm concerned and she's expanding and you know applaud to you, applaud to you, applaud to you. So Lisa, how you doing? Lisa, how you doing? How you doing? Talk to me. What's going on? How you doing? Um, what's going on, Lisa? So yeah, yeah. But yeah, when I'll get a chance, please go check out Lisa. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and put the link for y'all to check out Lisa. Let me get it. Uh, where is it? Bear with me. Sorry about that. Let me get it for y'all. Oh, here she is. Yeah, there we go. Right. There we go. Okay, 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 okay. Drive safe, please. Safe travels. Right. So there's her channel. So please give her a subscribe. Please check out her content. Okay. I put the link in the chat. All right. Um, oh, and by the way, and for those of you who are watching the replay, I will put the link in the description of this video for y'all to check out Lisa's channel, so you can check out stocks and bonds and and her takes and things like that. But yeah, she's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful person, and I really appreciate her channel. But much love. I hope I'm doing it right. But much love to you, Lisa. But thank you for stopping by. Um, yeah, thank you for stopping by. Um, yeah. So Lisa, after you bring your daughter to school, what are you up to for the rest of the day? But yeah, yeah. But oh, so speaking of Lisa, you know what? Maybe I should do. I just realized something. Okay, Lisa, let me ask you this: what if I did a 30-day stock challenge with you? Do you think that's something you would be down to do, or do you think that's something that's doable, or what do you think? Just let me know, Lisa. Um, or do you think 30 days is not enough to accumulate the challenge, or it depends on the type of challenge we're doing, for it to make any kind of sense? Or do you think maybe 90 days or something like that would make more sense? But yeah, that's just a thought that just came to my head. So uh, when you get a chance, Lisa, let me know if you think that's something that you'd be interested in doing, um, or uh, or when you get a chance, just shoot me an email and let me know what you think. But other than that, Lisa, thank you for stopping by. Um, safe travels. So, and I appreciate you coming by. Um, but anyways, but like I was saying, um, with the content creators who do these um, fundraisers, you know, I still am of the opinion that if it doesn't affect you, then why would you care? Why would you want to go any further than what it is? You know what I mean? Or at least that's how I look at it. Okay. Um, so like I said, that's just something I've been kind of toying with the idea. So y'all can let me know if you think it's a good idea and why you think it's a good idea, or you don't think it's a good idea. Let me know why you think it's not a good idea. So y'all let me know in the chat or on the replay in the comments. Let me know what you think, and I just want to get a consensus of what's what. So this will let me know. Okay, but yeah. So I just wanted to, like I said, come on here and give y'all an update as to what's going on and how things have been happening and things like that. But that's where I'm at the moment with it. But yeah, so if there isn't anybody else that is going to come on, um, sorry, I'm sorry, hold on, I'm just okay. Sorry, somebody was sending me a text. But anyways, yeah. So I guess if there's nothing else going on, uh oh, uh oh. So So I guess if there's nothing else going on at the moment, then I'm just gonna go ahead and land the plane by saying, for every one of you that has watched this live, thank you once again. Shout out to Lisa Stocks for coming through and watching this live. Like I said, the link is in the chat, and as well as I will put the link to her channel for y'all to go and check it out in the description after this live. Okay. Well, watching the excuse me. Yeah. Mhm. Sorry. Anyways, so like I said, I'm just gonna land the plane by saying please subscribe to my channel. Please hit the notification bell so that you will be notified each and every time a new video is uploaded, and as well as give this a like, give this a like for the algorithm. All right. Share this video. Look, share this video with your family and your friends. Okay. I can't talk today. Okay. But it is what it is. And definitely leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Um, oh boy. Anyways, it is what it is. But for the most part, I will say one love. Oh God.